So Dad cooked some Bolivian chicken that he got from Wegmans. Tastes pretty good. If I recall, today, something I did while on the all-nighter that led to me staying up until roughly 11:15 in the morning, me falling asleep, and then sleeping until roughly 5:30 p.m. I would say roughly the time Dad got home from work today. I explored the idle games on Kongregate for some time and ended up finding one called Tap Cats that happened to contain music I'm considering to use in the Dan Hammond episode I'm currently working on. So the reason why I'm currently playing Tap Cats, still, it's just off screen, so to speak, is because I'm thinking perhaps I could find another music track that I might be interested in. Although I'm currently using a trial version of, I think it's Streaming Audio Recorder. I think that's the technical name for it. It has a maximum length of roughly a minute. Dad made some sandwiches for our lunch. I had them at 10 in the morning. The type of bread he used, it's a kind that had crust, yet the inside had a lot of holes, and it was relatively flat, I would say. Though I'm not entirely sure what that kind of bread is called. Dad used cold cuts and mayo for the sandwiches. And for breakfast, I had some coffee and tea. This isn't entirely new. City expansion that I received from completing provinces, but it's important that some way, somehow, I ultimately prepare for when the dwarves ultimately show up. It may have been today or not. If it was today, I'm leaning on pretty early into the all-nighter, maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. But I completed a series of these side quests over here, which eventually got me to here. I have no idea how close I am to around here in terms of those side quests. And the only reason I've gotten as far as I have with this task in particular, I knew I was going to fall asleep soon. And be unable to collect every 3 hours or so. So at some point right before I fell asleep, I did a 9-hour manufactory for all of the manufactories to ensure that I wouldn't oversleep and essentially waste time. Even though I do know that ultimately you get more by doing shorter manufactories. They give you more. They look smaller, but by doing the smaller ones repeatedly and consistently, you can get more supplies and goods per minute, so to speak. The catch is that the shorter manufactories periods are harder to do consistently. I can't currently show it, but the shortest manufacture period for a workshop is 5 minutes. Which is impossible to do consistently because you have to sleep. You can't just take it would be insane to take 125-minute naps each day. Or something like that. They say at a minimum, you're supposed to get 6 hours of sleep each day. Though it may be more effective and healthy to aim for 7. So you can be more effective during your waking hours. I have quite a few of these level residences because I currently don't have the research to go on. In upgrading the homes, even though that would result in more population ultimately. Although the Golden Abyss Ancient Wonder does give population, and I think this one does too. Oh, it gives culture though, so that's also pretty good. I made some more attempts at beating Hippolytica today, and also played some more Bloons Tower Defense 6, which pretty much just now resulted in me, maybe within an hour of starting the recordings, and me unlocking all the upgrades for the Dartling Gunner, and getting the special achievement attached to them for popping 100 million blooms with them, which is entitled Regifted. And if you achieve it, results in you receiving 3 Insta-Monkeys of Tier 3 Dartling Gunners on different paths. Though I haven't used a single power or Insta-Monkey I've received throughout all my playing on the game. I'm currently on level 67. If I recall, I used my most recent Monkey Knowledge point, a Monkey Knowledge upgrade I didn't really want because I wanted to get to the point where I get 200 more starting cash on each game, because that would help me on higher difficulty games. I'm pretty sure today was also the day I upgraded my Magic Academy, because at the time one of the tasks in a previous set was to gain 3 combining catalysts, and the Spire of Eternity just didn't give me the luck I needed for that. Although, can't really blame it for that. It's generally only happens for your first encounter in a zone, aka right after defeating a Dorguard encounter, which always involves at least 2 waves. So, I think the farthest zone I've ever made it to was Zone 4, by which I couldn't even beat the so-called regular encounters. with the coffee and tea for breakfast. I had some granola cereal with milk. I only moved into Dad's room when he cooked this meal. Oddly enough, I have an aversion to doing my dinner in the spare room. Perhaps maybe because I see it as more difficult to find a proper place to quote-unquote set the table, aka find a place to set the meal down, as well as this laptop Dad got for me at a pawn shop. And I'm grateful to say that this laptop has worked for me for over a year. Sure, I've had issues with a few of the keypads getting stuck and being unresponsive when I press them, and these keys do still work. I'm just grateful that this laptop features a touch keyboard that makes things easier. Oh, some shrimp. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. You don't want it?
No, I'm just wondering, do you have more ketchup for the chicken, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Or do you want barbecue sauce?
Barbecue sauce.
This is Wango Tango Habanero Hot Barbecue Sauce.
Wango Tango?
Yep. Got a little kick to it.
Oh, by the Dinosaur Company, I see.
Mm-hmm. If you need any more, then you can put probably the shrimp in there.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
How was work today, Dad?
That was all right. I got 45 minutes of overtime. Not bad.
45 minutes of overtime, and you still got home at 5:30?
Yeah, I would have worked till 4 o'clock. I got out at 4:45.
Okay. Love you, Dad. I've been watching YouTube videos from the 2 Cents channel, which is supposed to be a financial wisdom channel of sorts that puts the videos together in a pretty entertaining way, I would say. And they also use animations for their videos. Which make for some pretty good graphics. I would have to say that that's right. There is some spiciness to the sauce, though. Not the kind I would expect from something with a hot sauce with habanero in its name. I hear that pepper has 500,000 Scoville units. If I were to guess, I'm currently on zone maybe 149 in Tap Cats, and the game's just waiting for me to click a fight boss button in order to continue. Which means I think I'm pretty close to prestiging for the second time in that game. Oddly enough, it took me relatively little time to get the Cats agent known as the Cat Burglar, who claws the agents of crime. Though the game told me what the acronym CATS stands for, but not for crime. Maybe it's kleptomaniac residents in meta entities. Kleptomaniac residents in magic entities? It's an attempt at guessing the name, at least. Excuse me. I picked these two chocolates from a box of chocolates. This one seems to be pretty good. I've gotten pretty close to getting the next, opening up the next mystical object through crafting relics and instant time boosters. Even though in the long run, those probably aren't the most useful kind of items. And this one might be in a chocolate with almonds in it. Based on its distinct crunchiness.